So I don't know why this happens, but OBS had unselected my default audio source. So I didn't realize that you didn't hear me. I was celebrating EV23's dominance of first in the roomness, much to the confoundment and confusion of everyone else. Thank you, Ali. I made it. I'm still streaming this because I haven't purchased it? What? Oh, because you haven't purchased it. Maxie, I'm waiting for you to make your move, man. You just send me the message. Let me know when you picked it up. And, I won't tell anyone to buy this game assuming I'll be playing it, because you know my patterns. I will say, though, it's been I was going to say it's been a while since I've been this addicted to a game. But that's not true. Every year, I play a lot of games, and I don't get hooked on most of them. But it seems like every year, I'll hit a game or two that I really, end up playing constantly for several weeks. But, yeah. Hello, everyone. Hello, EV23 first in the room, followed by Ali. Jay Maxie, can't wait to see. This is all the stuff that I said while I was muted already. It's a recreation, really. I do still have a mud hut. Okay? It has progressed. And, hello, P. Rich. Call to you, sir. And Joss. Yeah. You did really good, though, Joss. You got here really early. It's just, everyone's so competitive these days to be first in the room. Everyone's trying to catch that EV23. And they can't do it. So, yeah. Brad has still been playing this, too. It's one of those things, we check in with each other on Discord. About, what's going on, who's doing what. Half the time, Brad will be like, have you done this yet? And I'll be like, holy crap, I should do that. So, a lot of my technological advancements are because Brad's like, hey, have you done this one thing yet? And I'm like, no. And then I look into it and go, oh, I didn't know I could do that right now. Mud hut to mansion. That's right. Hello, Mayo. Mayo Nezumi. How you doing? Yeah, yeah, Brad, you should provide some screenshots. I'm curious. I've heard a lot of little updates from Brad's game, but you guys all see. Well, Brad hasn't seen my base since last week, and last week, wait, was I playing? Wait a minute. Was I playing my new? Yeah, I was playing my new base last week. Is this my third week in a row? Okay, that's right. I got confused because I know the first stream that I did of this, it was my first world, and then a couple days after that, I decided I needed to regenerate the world with more water, so there could be oceans in it. And hello, Jeff. That's right. Millie's right here, crashed out of my bed, saving up her spaz energy for when I finish streaming. Then she'll explode with teeth and violence. Oh, you drop a picture in a Discord? Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I dropped one picture. I took one screenshot because I was complaining. I'm ahead in the timeline of Brad. I think Brad's probably further along in some ways technologically in the game than I am. But I've spent more in-game time, so I'm in the middle of winter, and I was complaining about how fast the sun goes down. They keep track of that stuff. Where by November, you're looking at 3:30 in the afternoon, the sun's almost touching the horizon, almost going down. It just gets worse. You have not done so yet. All right. But yeah, I've been into this game. Third stream in a row. Although I think the first night I streamed it, I was somewhat new to it. But yeah, it's the only game I've been playing. You went to your doctor and he said you could start walking on your foot. Oh my goodness. Once you do 2 weeks of walking with a boot on, but after that, you can wear a shoe. Is it okay if it hurts to walk on it? I mean, sometimes you maybe need to have a little bit of discomfort to get back in the swing of things, but I just get worried if well, I guess probably it's gonna hurt. But I just hope that means it's still healing. It can hurt, but still be healing. And hello, Matus. The other one was being a drug kingpin, but did I play that multiple times? Now I have to look back at my stream history. Because I feel like I only actually I got super into that game for like a week and a half, but I feel like I only streamed it once. I might have streamed it 2 weeks in a row. Scheduled 1. Yeah, I did stream it 2 weeks in a row. So, but this is 3 weeks in a row. Other games, Expedition 33, I played a lot more of overall. I'm looking at that. Valheim, I played 3 weeks in a row recently. Star Wars Outlaws, I played 3 streams in a row. So yeah, anytime you see 3 streams in a row, you know it's a game I got sucked into. Oh, right, Maxie, that's right. I streamed it twice, and then I found out you bought it, so I started playing something else. I was like, oh, this game's not cool anymore. It's like everyone and their dog and Maxie is playing this game now. Oh, and hello, Overlord McGeek. So let's see what else is going on. We're getting closer to getting that house closed. We're in the middle of buying a house right now. Put in an offer, was it less than 2 weeks ago? And this time, it is moving along. It doesn't look like anything's going to stop it. We're waiting for one last... We got a regular inspection. They said everything... They found a couple little things. They think like one of the sprinklers might be shooting water into the basement area. But... the house is pretty good. Turns out the house is really good quality. I was worried because we could afford it that once an inspector looked at it, he was going to be like, oh, this house was constructed like shit. No wonder you could afford it. So I think right now we're just waiting for the appraiser went the other day and we're waiting on their report. That's the one last thing that if their appraisal value ends up like super low compared to what we were paying for it, that can mess with the loan approval. Oh, you did drop a couple. Okay, I'll take a look at the Discord. Oh my gosh, Brad's place looks so much nicer than mine. Brad, your place makes my place look like a piece of shit. But bravo, I like your house. I see those fall colors starting to come in the landscape there. Oh yeah, no, your house looks nice, Brad. You even have like a design, like you're making some intentional aesthetic choices to make it look pleasant inside and out. I haven't done it. I haven't done that. I just dig cubic spaces inside to fit my crap into. Eventually, I'll probably put some effort and make something that feels nice to be in. And you have an indoor swimming pool. Yes, you do. Indeed, you do. Oh, Max, you did Beat Saber for the first time in ages? How was that? I keep thinking I need to get back into Beat Saber again. I do. I need to get walking and other stuff again, too. Things have gotten pretty nuts. One thing we're hoping is, because I can't Beat Saber with Millie in the room because it triggers her. Like, she'll start jumping at my arms and trying to attack the controllers. So I can only do it by locking myself up in my room here. And there's a ceiling fan. It's just cluttered. Like, where I did my streams, I had to stand in like one perfect space. And if I moved at all, my controller would be hitting the fan blades or the ceiling fan or the dresser to the side or the wall or whatever else. Yeah, it's just really cramped. So it was one of the reasons why because I used to go out in a living room where there's all sorts of space. It's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped doing it regularly. So we got big spaces. My wife went back out to the house today, or yesterday she went for the inspection because she took some days off this week and actually took measurements because we weren't sure how big the spaces were. And yeah, the room I'm going to be using is like, it's big. It's nice. I'm so excited. Hopefully everything works out. And hello, Chris Plays Games. Bathing is not. Hey, I bathed today. See, you have to keep trying to get your foot back to normal. Baby steps. Yeah, that's right. They added a bunch of new tunes to Beat Saber. Cool. Yeah, they probably wouldn't have on my modded version. My Quest 2 is my modded version, and you can't update it without breaking all your mods. And that includes whatever new tracks that they have. Even when I bought song packs and stuff, I can't add those without updating it. So that one's kind of like captured in the past just for modding. And then the Quest 3, at least when I first got it, was something about the way they did something with it was super hard to mod. So I was like, okay, so the Quest 3 is going to be my official, like, unmodded retail version where I can get all the song packs and enjoy those. And then every time they release all the new free, like, they keep releasing new, like, free packs as well. And you get all those with the updates. Yeah, I am buying, here, I'll show you guys a picture. I took the pictures from the listing were kind of shitty, but the inspector took a crap ton of pictures, so I'll just show the front of the house. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like a basic house. It's not gonna, no one's gonna go, oh my god, but I don't know if you could tell, but it's like, it's big. Like the dimensions are big. It looks like, if you look at the front door and look how big the window is there, you can tell it's like those are some decent sized spaces in there. But oh yeah, it's super modern track home. In fact, the houses around it are all like, you can see the house over to the right they're all laid out slightly differently, but it's sort of like, you can tell there was probably some sort of modular design they were working with when they were doing the floor plans. So, well, that's all like freshly laid out lawn. So that, like, when we went in to do our original tour, you could tell like they had just laid that, like, rolled the stuff out. But yeah, the front and the back has got all that kind of stuff. And let me see if there's, here, I'll show you the my wife is super excited about the living room. Or specifically the kitchen. Okay. Unfortunately, I think the best picture of the kitchen, I think the inspector was drinking beer or something. There's a couple beer cans there. I don't know what, I'm not going to ask any questions. But, yeah, and then here's a picture of the backyard. Mixing it, well, the living room and the kitchen are one sort of big open area. Actually, I don't think I have any pictures really showing that. But, all right, I'm gonna get rid of these now. But yeah, so those are pictures of our new brand new house that just got built, and somehow inexplicably we can afford it. So it's about the same price as the last house we looked at that had the busted up sewage system that was gonna, or septic system, and it's a 60-year-old house. I'm like, oh man, I'm so glad that house fell through. This house is so much nicer. For the base, it's like for the same price too. So is that what it's called? Dimensional roofing? What? Like you're talking about the different little pinnacles or whatever they're called, the triangle thingies that make the shape of the house? Yeah, we're moving to a smaller and more depressed town. Yeah, there's a good picture of the roof. Because the inspector was taking pictures of like the rain gutter and all that stuff. Anyway. That's the shingles. Okay. I don't know roof terms. Then we got this fancy HVAC system, which I don't know HVAC systems, but apparently the inspector was impressed. I was like, wow, so we got a good one, huh? I didn't know what that. When we went and looked at the house, I was like, what the hell is all that? It looks really impressive, whatever it was. Yeah, it's basically, it's the air, whatever, the heater, and it's just general air handler. So it's gonna manage when the AC gets set up. It's gonna be in there too. But yeah, so that's the house that we hope we're moving into soon. That we're excited about. What's a weird thing is, it's like, it's exciting too, because I've never lived in a new house. Like in my whole life, my dad was pretty successful. And we lived in some nice houses, but we never lived in a brand new house. All the houses that we lived in were, usually maybe 10 years old or so. Mm-hmm. So, Max, here, do you know house stuff more than I just know everything looked nice, and the inspector seemed to confirm that, contrary to our fears, that everything actually was nice. Amanda's excited too. She loves this kitchen. She said that at the L shape, like that's like real, is it granite? The tabletop, like polished granite. And like there are no seams in it. Like I didn't even realize when we went how nice it was. And then the corner where the L shape is, they carved out the whole L shape from one continuous piece of stone. I was like, "Are you serious?" I would have been sure that in order to do a corner like that, there would have been like two pieces with a diagonal cut to like fuse together at the corner. But yeah, so. Amanda's super hyped about the kitchen. She likes the house in general, but that's that big room with a big kitchen, and it's just a big like common area and the kitchen is really nice. It's like, and it's sort of hard to convey like how spacious it is inside. Like we were really blown away when we went in, and we were just like, it's not a big house, but the spaces inside feel very open and big. It's just nice. I think the house itself is only about 1,300 square feet. So it's not the smallest house in the world, but it's not big. But it's very well, the square footage is very, very well laid out. Yeah, that was the vinyl. We got some pictures of that too. All of the hallway and the common areas are all that material. So we're gonna get some, you know, probably some carpets, and that hallway we're probably gonna have like an entry runner, that sort of thing. I don't know if we'll have down the whole hallway, but and then the bedrooms are carpeted. Right, did I get any pictures? I think the pictures of the carpet were they were just like pointed down in just generic square rooms. You couldn't tell anything about the rooms, so I didn't save any of those. And hello, the Scarab King. Hello. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And 2 full bed. That was one thing too, is it seemed like a lot of the houses that we were looking at that were otherwise good were 1.5 baths. And we've had the apartment we live in now is a 2-bath, and we've gotten really used to sort of each one of us is like, that's my bathroom, this is your bathroom. And in other apartments we lived in, we only had 1 bathroom. And so it inevitably would be like, as soon as my wife would settle in to take a bath, I'd have to take like all of a sudden I'd have to take have to take a crap, which it kind of worked out because the building we lived in was like an old hotel converted, and it actually had like public restrooms in the basement, so I could always go down the elevator, take an elevator ride to the basement and use the public restrooms. Most places don't have that. So if you're at a house that only has one bathroom, you can't run outside to the public restroom. But if you have 1.5 bath, we were like, that's enough. We could do with 1.5 bath, but it would be really nice to have two separate baths. The emergency have to take a crap can be solved with the 1.5. Exactly. Yeah. Scarab King, you're here to request one thing from me. What is it? It's probably play the damn game, for starters. But please, what is the one thing you're going to request? I do see... dang, I may have to start playing this game soon, you guys. There's a lot of people showing up. They probably don't know that I usually spend the first hour talking. This is more of a hangout with my friends kind of stream than a draw an audience to watch me play a game stream. But, you know, I do a little of that too. Am I having a garage in the winter is going to spoil my wife? Yeah, we're already... Because, you know, right now we live on a 3rd floor unit, and we've been here for 6 years. Parking was like hell at first. It was like whatever you could find, and it was super crowded. And then after 3 years or so, we got assigned parking. Like, you had to go on a wait list for it. And then after a year of that, a year or two of that, we actually got a garage, and it's a tiny, like, little 1-car thing with some space for storage. And it was a game changer for like our camping gear. We actually used to have rent a storage unit for our camping gear, so we were able to use the garage for that. But we've got to go down all the flights of stairs and walk across a little parking lot to get to our garage. It's not super far, but the idea of like taking a few steps from our kitchen and opening a door and a car's there doesn't have to be winter. We're gonna feel spoiled, both of us, all the time. Time to buy an e-bike. You had 1.75, but you never use it. What's a 7.5? Is that a shower instead of a bath? I'm not sure I've heard the term 1.75. Oh yeah, I knew you meant garage, Maxie. It's funny, I didn't even notice that you'd misspelled it until you corrected it. And then I'm like, oh yeah, he said garge. Oh, you're gonna go and spread the golden scarabs. Alright, Scarab King. Well, appreciate that. Thanks for coming. Did you give us some golden scarabs? Did I earn it? Alright, have a good one. Say, mainly your wife is gonna be spoiled. Since I'm a work from home. Yeah, that's true. She's mostly a work from home mom. But just in general, we're gonna Like, we end up ordering stuff, like groceries and stuff, more often than we would, because we don't want to deal with, like, lugging all the shit up the stairs. So just in general, all, like, whatever errands that we run or activities that we do. And then just being able to open a back sliding door in the back. And we've got a yard and a lawn and everything for Millie, just right there. That's huge. That's probably, like, one of the biggest things that we're excited for. Because right now, she's just got, like, an 8x10 third floor balcony. That's basically her outdoor space, unless we take her out. Which we can't take her around our apartment complex anymore because she's gotten so reactive. And the apartment complex is so crowded. That if you're going to take her out, we basically have to take her, like, we have to plan an outing to take her someplace. Let's see, every bathroom is a 3/4 bath? I don't know what any of that means. It's okay, it's how you've seen people describe a bathroom with a shower and no tub. Well, then that's the bathroom that's going to be my bathroom is that. It's like a step in. It's big though. And it's got like seating and stuff. It's pretty luxurious, but no bath, which is fine with me because I take a bath like once every 5 years. I'm not into like sitting and immersing myself in it's like murky self-stew water. I don't know. I just never feel clean after I take a bath. I take a shower afterwards just so I feel clean. Yeah, there's like little places to sit down. Let me see if I can find a picture. Have to find that report again. Because I don't think I saved a picture of the bathroom, but the inspector took a picture of the shower. The inspection. There we go. This dude took a gajillion pictures of everything, which is really cool. Even inspections aside, it's going to be cool to have, like, after we've been there for a few years, be able to be like, remember how nice the house was before we wrecked it? Wait, did he take a picture of the showers? He took a picture of, like, toilets. He focused it. You know, the inspector's not taking pictures of, like, trying to capture the same things as a person, like, interested in looking at a house. But I could have sworn he had a picture of, like, the bathroom that showed. I think he didn't. Oh, hold on. Whoops. No, you stop it. All right, here we go. I found a picture of the shower. I think those are like little seats or something. Isn't that what that is? It's a big shower. There's just, you can't take a bath in it. I don't know. I'm not planning on doing a lot of sitting when I'm in there, but, you know, I could if I wanted to. That's the point. Yeah, they're not attempting to capture the home. Yeah, they're looking at like, is there, like they'll take a picture of the base of the toilet to show there's no water damage instead of showing you a picture of the bathroom. Yeah, probably gonna have to put down like some adhesive ducts, you know? Let me see if I can find a picture of that living room. It's sort of hard to... That's one thing is, I felt like that the pictures they took, and I think also because they tried to use wide angles sometimes, and it actually made the spaces look smaller. Like it didn't... It felt... Sometimes we'd see listings, and this places looked big, and then you got inside, and it looked really actually cramped. You're like, wow, they really did some creative photography here. But the pictures here make the spaces almost look smaller. So now you saw the picture of the kitchen, so you get an idea that like the kitchen's actually decent size to give you an idea of what the rest of the space looks like. Because in this picture, it looks like a smallish room with a tiny kitchen in the corner, but it's actually a giant room. Well, not giant, but it's a big room with a very generous kitchen in the corner. No, there's no basement. It's not slab, but there's like a crawl space underneath the house. So and then let's see. Here, there's another angle of the living room. Oh no, is that the same one? Here. There's the other angle from the kitchen counter. Again, the way that the wide angle lenses makes it look like the other side of that room is small, but it's not. It's big. So when we went to go look at the listing, we were not expecting much until we stepped inside and we're like, holy crap. Like, it's super nice. So we're pretty excited about that. I think in the next, we got to start packing again. We got pretty aggressive in packing when we were going to move into the last house until it started looking like the deal was going to fall through. But we're going to probably start getting serious about packing again. Maybe this weekend. Yeah, the sink, and there's a dishwasher and cabinets there. The only thing that was a little weird is there's no plug outlet in the island, and that was one of the things they found with the inspector yesterday. Was that there actually looked like in the cupboard, like under the sink, there's like a little power box, like they were going to have an outlet facing like the dining room side, like coming out of the island, and they either just never bothered or forgot about it. So that's one of the things I think they're gonna see if maybe the builders will take care of. Like, hey, looks like someone forgot to add this outlet here. You'd bathe a baby in that sink? So, yeah, that's our house. Again, it's not a mansion. It's not huge, but it's like, it's just nice. Like, and it's new. We're not gonna have to worry about just all the stuff we were gonna have to worry about in the house that we almost moved into a few weeks ago. And just everything in it is just real nice. It's, again, not super, it's not the fanciest house ever or the biggest house ever, but it's just nice. So nice and new and not an apartment. Exactly. I mean, some of that stuff like is really good quality, is nice stuff, but you know, the design of the house is pretty basic. It's not like super extravagant or anything. So, all right, well, wait for the D&D parties. That's one thing. We're gonna get a big table too, that we can play games on, and with a, I think we want to have, what are those things called? Leaf extensions where you can open it out. But originally, for years, Amanda was on fire to get an actual gaming table. There was these like really cool gaming tables. But at some point in the last 2 months, she got really cold to the idea. I was like, oh, I thought it was, I didn't, it's funny that she's the one that was more gung-ho about getting, yeah, usually you'd think it would be the guy that was all like, yeah, let's get a gaming table instead of a traditional dining table. And it'd be the wife going like, oh man, it's going to be embarrassing when my family comes over for Thanksgiving or whatever. A $2,000 board gaming table? With whom? Who's going to visit? Well, we're so much closer to her family than we are now. So her family, honestly, like that's probably all we're going to get is her family. I mean, as it is, we were, 2.5 hours away from her family, and we've hosted Thanksgiving like twice in our apartment, which our apartment's decent size, but it's like, it was pretty cozy getting us all in here. So yeah, we do realistically, she's got, kind of big family. So we do realistically believe that we are going to be entertaining family, not every weekend or anything, but several times a year. And also there's a lot of, there's camping and paddleboarding and all sorts of stuff like right by where we live. We're right where all the outdoor recreational activity starts getting serious. That's like where our house is. Well, we didn't have friends here, Brad. I mean, we basically lived in a suburb of Portland for 6 years. And the only people that we ever had over were our friends from San Diego. And if they come out again, they'll come to our house. And Amanda's family. And that's really the only people we ever had over for 6 years. We're not socialites, right? Oh, hell yeah, Maxie. Hell yeah, she's gonna hang her Bigfoot wind chime outside. We're probably gonna, once we're there, look into maybe one more set of wind chimes. But I know they can be loud, and so we want to get a sense of like how the neighbors look close-ish and stuff. And I think we actually probably want to go places where you can see the wind chimes and hear what they sound like. And anyways, because the one I got was cute, but not huge. Like it's a decent little set of wind chimes. But the media wasn't lying about adult loneliness in America, apparently. I don't know if I'm typical. I don't know that I would be considered typical. I don't really know. Brad, do you have tons of friends that you host at your house all the time there in China? At your apartment? I don't know. Actually, I don't know a lot of people that have super, like, huge friend things where they're throwing parties all the time. I've known people like that. But, I don't know. A lot of people I know, they just kind of like, a lot of introverts in my orbit. Most of your friends on the internet? Yeah. Some Scales of Justice wind chimes. I was trying to remember. We were joking about having like gaming lawyer themed like Scales of Justice paint jobs on the house and stuff. I forget how it came up though. But I think I'm gonna jump into game. I've been talking and chatting and showing you pictures of my house for 45 minutes now. Wait, did I miss any? I probably did miss chats. You listened to Apartment for 5 years and never invited a single friend over? You meet them at bars. So you meet them in public places. Okay.
45 seconds of gameplay.
You're friends with the Jameson delivery guy? Well, first, whoa, it's a new... Brad, have you figured out... It seems like they swap out the pictures every few days. And it'll be the next few days when I play, the opening screen will have a different picture. Before it was like a nice little, like cozy looking home office. Yeah, look at Matus is #1. I don't know how that shit works. How did Matus, I mean, Matus, I held you in high regard, but how the hell are you the #1 chatter? Yeah, I don't understand how this stuff works. Matus hacking? I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's just random since everyone's maxed out. Are they? Or are you maxed out? You're just tied. You think for some reason YouTube is evaluating Matus's comments as just that much higher quality than everyone else's? He can't give away his secrets. We're all tied at 75. Okay. The game volume sounds so low. Let's see. I know I have music turned down in game. But I don't have how's the end game sound? Is that I could turn up the Let me know if you want me to turn that up a little bit. I can't really tell. His AI comment reduced his ranking. You can only hear my voice? Okay. Because you should be hearing some footsteps a little bit. It does sound good? Okay, there's no music playing right now. So let me see. What time is it? It's about 7:45. Now it's still I think it's still, what? It's January. So this is what 7:45 looks like. So I spend a lot of time indoors. I have expanded a little bit. I've got some fences up, but this is still basically, it's my dirt hovel. We'll get a look at it during the daytime outside. I have more storage. Yeah, I've got, and I don't really hang out in this room very much, but I do have now these, they're very expensive to make, but they're these torch holders. So the torches, or they're the holders, they never burn out. Which was great because, you know, if I go on little mining excursions and I spend a night or two in the mines and I come home and my house is dark, and sometimes therefore infested with horrible things. That shouldn't be happening so much anymore. But yeah, so this is basically my mining room. All that I do in here is mine now. I think I had this room dug out. I can't remember if I had, this was like my food storage. I did have this last week. So I remember Maxie was asking if cooking in here was going to ruin the temperature. And the answer was no. And I upgraded, got my little bed. But then I also made this space. And this is now where I do most of my clay firing. And also I have a clay oven that I use to make pies. But pies are now my new favorite thing to eat because they stack up. So you can carry a bunch with you. The stuff I had before, each individual meal took up a different inventory slot. Is there no moon? You don't have any of those crates. Yeah, the crates are a little bit of a mixed bag. So these are chests, which are good. They're 16 slot chests, and I haven't even found use for all of them. I still have a couple of these. But I'm a little worried like this is where I heat up ingots to do anvil work. And I'm a little worried if I put wooden containers here, it might catch on fire. So same thing here. I kept these here because when I'm burning stuff here, it's like, I'm afraid. I don't know if it can catch the other stuff on fire, but I'm worried that it can. It's the kind of game that would be like, guess what? All your shit's gonna catch on fire now. But these, you can't actually open these. These just contain, each one can only contain one type of thing. So I've collected a tremendous amount of stone from mining, and I keep bringing it back here And I use it occasionally for like road, like path material, so you can go faster. I made a bunch of fences that I'm gonna be laying out soon. I think my next plans were to capture some. I keep at night. I keep hearing chickens outside, so I think I want to try and capture some chickens and see if I can domesticate some chickens. Uh, they'll lay eggs. Uh, if there are enough of them, I can use them for meat. But also arrows. You need chicken feather. You need feathers to make arrows, and chickens seem like the best source of feathers. So, you need more chests. You can make double chests. I had not. I had not considered doing that. I'm guessing then it would probably be like an expansion. Oh well. I kind of like the single chests, but because I'm aware that there were double chests. There's wooden chest. Collapsed chest. Is it treasure chest? You get more slots than the other chests, and they cost you nothing. Oh. They take up more space, though, I guess, right? Yeah, I'll have to look into it. I'm actually pretty happy with what I've got, but I might experiment with that a little bit. They take up the same amount of double chests take up the same amount of space. Ah, all right. So I guess aside from the slight flexibility, then I don't know. You're probably right. I'm probably doing the suboptimal way. I mean, I could tell by the look of your house that you put a lot more thought into what you do than I do. Oh yeah, that John. I thought I've been streaming this for a couple of weeks. I thought I might have run this by you because you came. I think you came in once before, but yeah, no, this is not Minecraft. This was someone who originally was trying to mod Minecraft to make it more of a like a hyper realistic survival sim, and Minecraft's engine was not a good base to enable him to do the things that he wanted to do. So he basically built a new game from scratch. I'm more of a hoarder than you are. Well, I definitely have a lot of storage space. And so that's not an issue. I even when I set up my mines, every time I go like start a new mining operation, I set up near the entrance of the surface. I set up a safe room that's got one of these jars and then 4 of these guys and a straw bed. So even those, I have set up to have like storage. Oh, I thought you maybe wandered in or something a couple weeks ago and was like, "Is this Minecraft?" And then but a lot of people have. A lot of people have come in and been like, because it looks very much like Minecraft. Okay, just making sure I'm not starving yet. This is one game that can be tricky for me to stream because time's a ticking all the time, and you can starve and days get away from you and all that stuff. How much YouTube? Let's see, have I watched to get ins and outs? I've watched a bit. I don't watch all the time, but yeah, I would say I've watched a few hours. Now, I don't watch like specifically like learn everything from videos, but I've learned a lot. I just have like their video tips and tricks videos and then you fall down a rabbit hole and it feeds you more. And I'll be like half paying attention to them while I'm playing, that sort of thing. And I picked up quite a few things from those, but it's hard for me to quantify. But I would say like probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 6 hours of just having videos running, not necessarily stuff that, because this game gets super advanced materials, is like it becomes very advanced later on, and so like 95% of the stuff there is to learn about this game I can't even do yet. But yeah, there's a lot to learn. It's a steep learning curve. All right, let me see. You can hypothetically just follow the handbook for about 90% of the stuff in the game, and that's how you should do it. When you say handbook, you're talking about this thing. It's got the guides. It's got stuff about progression, tutorials. Is that what you're talking about, Brad? Progression guide. Occasionally I'll look at this to get an idea of what I should be doing. This sort of runs you through the overall, what they call the different ages, technology ages, depending on what you have access to. In case you decide to pick the game up. But if you do, you're not saying, because you know as soon as I find out, I'll stop. I'll be like, oh, I'm actually picked the game up. Time to stop playing. At least almost all the early game stuff is in there. So it's often easier to watch the videos, though. Yeah, there's just certain things like Brad, you brought up tailoring goods from flax, which I really had not explored. I knew that you could make rope out of it, but I hadn't explored that. And then once I did, I realized, like, oh, I was carrying those little reed baskets instead of around. But like these things down here that I upgraded to linen sacks and like doubled my storage space. And it was just something I was like, oh, I've been sitting on all this material to be able to do this for days. Didn't realize I could do it. And that's an example of something that I don't think that's in the guide. It's just the thing, you gotta just poke around all the time. And you hear things from, that's where you'll be watching videos and someone will say something, you go, oh shit, I didn't even, oh yeah. How tough is the food supply? It's not a problem. And the main reason it's not a problem is that the stuff down here lasts for a long time. Also, I've got a lot of grains, but so there's all these grains that I can use to cook meals. The grains at their current temperature and stored in here, lasting 30 years. And I feel like the temperature goes up during the summer. Like, this might be because it's winter, it's even colder, because I don't remember it being 32 years. But I've got more than enough food to last, and even vegetables I think are now lasting a long time too. My turnips are good for like 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. They'll last 15-ish, right? Because I'm guessing the summer months, like the projected lifespan is probably fluctuating depending on the season. That would be my guess. And then I've got flour. I could probably move the flour. This is 16.5 years. Because I think this, or having it in these pots is probably better. Oh, it's still 16.5 years. So the grain is actually lasts longer than the flour. Yeah, if you have a space that's enclosed by doors that's less than 7 by 7 underground, it constitutes a cellar. And any food that you have in there, as long as you keep it like an enclosed space, has significantly increased storage time. Hold on. Animatronic Chauncey is making noises to provoke Millie. So you might have heard the bark. So let's see. Before daylight comes, I was trying to come up with some ideas. I've started setting stuff up to create a fence area and troughs for if I capture chickens. But I need to... Brad keeps reminding me, because you can chase chickens into enclosed areas and quickly wall them off. And that's one way to domesticate things. You just like literally chase them into a place where you can trap them. But for smaller things like chickens and rabbits and stuff, there are traps that you can set up. Trap. Is that crate trap? Is that it? I know Brad keeps telling me to use traps, but then I'm like, I haven't looked into it. They don't give me much of a... The trap is hard to find in there. There's lots of trap doors. It's not the crate trap. Okay. There's the reed basket trap. Is it that one? Physical therapy was brutal today. You had to walk 3 laps around the area, go up and down a platform, use your leg to do weight presses, and just made you worn out. Oh, geez. That's got to be tough after being, especially after being inactive or staying off of it so long. Starting to use all those muscles again makes it extra hard. It's the reed basket trap. Okay. So I need reed chests and sticks. All right. Let's see if I can rustle up some. Did I save some reed chests in here? These are hand baskets. I might need to make some more reed chests, because I'm sort of using these right now. Although, the stuff that I'm putting in there, I could just put in some of my storage downstairs, really, now that I think about it. Here. Because I have all these crates down here that I'm just, like, not using for anything. Oh, am I still holding one in my hand, though? Store that shit in real chests. There you go. Let me see, what else have I got? I'm not even using that one for anything. And then this one I'm using for... Let me see. Actual reeds and horsetails, which I'll use to make medicine when I run low on my medicine supplies. But, all right. Oh, and I had that little shell. Just random stuff I just wasn't sure what to do with. I was putting into that one. Okay, and was it just like this? 2, 3. All right, there we go. So I got my traps. Well, those things, some of them are, I think, just flat out trash. Some of them can be used to make dyes later. So I've just kind of been throwing all of them in here. Actually, this one's a berry bush. I don't even know why I have it in here, aside from I just don't want to deal with it. Because when you're digging stuff, you end up accumulating all these bushes and shit. And yeah, I am a little bit of a hoarder that way. Specific foods attract specific animals. Okay, well, that's why I don't want to plant blueberry bushes, because that's the one thing I have heard is that blueberries attract bears. Blueberries, bears, Battlestar Galactica. Everything else, I don't know what they attract. But that doesn't surprise me that this game would have that mechanic. Alright, how's the time going? Still 3:30 in the morning. I got my traps. I got my... I should probably eat. Okay, that did it. I can show you guys how baking works. Everything's super realistic in this game. So, like, here's... So, to bake, you have to heat up the oven. And I just took this stuff into the other room, didn't I? And let's see, pick up. I have this little water reservoir that I've made. So you add water with flour to make dough. Or I'll make a couple of these. 2, 3, 4. And then I'll grab, I've been using turnips for cooking. It's got to be over 200 degrees Celsius to cook. Oh, it needs to warm up some more. Usually I just put the max amount, but I was like, I don't plan on doing a ton of cooking. Maybe I don't need to heat it. Because basically you wait until the wood burns out. And then in the superheated clay oven, it remains hot. And then you put stuff in there while it's still hot. And that's how you bake. So you don't like put it over fire. You just superheat the clay oven. And then while it's still hot, you put the other stuff in. Oh, and here are my my clay fire bricks that I'm going to be using. Oh, yeah. I forgot I'd had those cooking for a couple days. This is where I fire up, where you cook up raw clay items and turn it into hard clay. I mess with that a bit. Oh yeah, I should make the pie. So when you're gonna make the pie, you need a table. You fill that up. You put that on top, and then you put that in the oven. And the temperature in the oven is 253 Celsius. So as long as it stays above 200. Whatever is it, the pie will cook. The pie needs to be 200. And while that's going, I can make more. Grab that. Oh, did I? I guess I just made enough dough for 2 pies. Yeah, the turnips are like, they grow like crazy. And I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with all these turnips? And then I realized like turnips can be good for pie. So now it was raw. Now it's turnip pie part baked. So it's not done yet, but it's starting to brown. So this is where when I have more time, I'll be in here doing like a whole pie lapooza where I keep making more and more pies. I spent like whole evenings, like the whole overnight, just doing pie after pie. And then you place the pie down. I don't have a knife with me. Let me grab my knife. My knife. I should bring a knife downstairs just for cooking. All right, so we put that on there. And then I can, oh wait, no, I think I do it in here. And now I gotta watch the, no? All right, I gotta pick up my other pie though, because it's part baked. I was worried that it'll burn too if you leave it in there too long. So do I just stab the thing? No, I think I go. I forget. I'll cut off a slice. It just says right click. Okay, there we go. Oh, now this one's done too. Guess I wasn't paying attention to the prompt. The prompt is right there. Right click, turn off a slice. There we go. So now I've got these 8 slices. They last for 8 days. I think I've got fresher slices, so I'm going to put these in here. When they're in this container, these will last for 80 days. The ones, I got 10 in here that are going to last for 72. The ones I'm working on right now in here last for 48. So these I've had for a while. I'm going to grab a few more of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have a total of 10. Let's put the flour back in there. I think I'm not going to do the clay bricks right now. All right, do you hear those chickens? There was like a rooster outside. 621. Oh, let me put the turnips away. You don't want it's very well preserved. It's like a freezer in there. I assure you, it's it's fine. What do you got against 80-year-old turnip pie? Huh? Oh, getting a little lot. Oh, I should reset my torches though. Because this torch will burn out. So the way it is like the torches you carry will burn forever. But the ones that you put on the wall, they'll burn out in 2 in-game days. But if you knock them down and pick them up, it resets their timer. So as long as you remember, for the ones that aren't in torch holders, as long as you remember to replace them, then you don't have to make new torches. But like when I go mining, I'll put a bunch of torches down in the caves, and if I leave those, obviously I may not come back for a few days, and then it'll all be burnt out. It didn't seem like a culinary delight to begin with. Also, you didn't make the dough on top fancy. Yeah, there's actually, you can make the dough on top. You can do crisscross patterns. So I'm just doing laziness is sort of my main thing. All right, let's see. It's calm outside, so see if there's high rift activity and you go out when it's dark like this, or not light, I guess, because it's not dark. Bad shit can spawn if the world does not have enough light in it. So if there's high rift activity, coming out at this time of day when it looks like this can result in nasty demons spawning and trying to kill you. But I think we're good on that point. Okay. At least right now, because it's low rift activity. I hear the chickens. All right, well, leave them alone. I don't want to chase them out of the area by accident. But hopefully, I come back and check those later. We'll have some nice space for. All right. And then here, I think I was gonna keep. Can you harvest ice for refrigeration? Not to my knowledge. That's why I'm very cautious to say yes or no if it's something I'm not sure about. Like, no, because this game, I wouldn't put it past it to be one of the million things that this game does that I'm just not aware of. Okay, I'm gonna move this bush. I think I've been putting bushes along my my front path. There. And you can see this what I'm digging up right here is clay. My house is basically under a mountain of clay, and the clay goes all the way across this field. So that was one of the things that Brad was struggling with in his world, was he had a hard time just finding clay at all. I've got an entire countryside full of clay. Eventually I'm going to end up using it all, but I haven't come close yet. So I think I was going to maybe do a little something like this. Get these out. Oh, not the troughs yet. All right, I'm gonna go Oh, good. I can cut right through there. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 2. And I think I'm going to make 2 just in case I end up catching something else. And I've heard you don't want there to be raised earth too close to your fences because then predators can hop over it, especially when it's snowing like this and there's an extra layer of snow. Stuff can actually hop over your fence if they've got like a higher thing to get it. So I'm trying to keep a little bit of fence space. This one does not need to be quite as big, but I don't know what could. I think if I catch rabbits, I'll put rabbits in here because those traps could catch chickens or rabbits. Jumping over the fence, yeah, like here. If I just go like this, I can jump over it. Can I do it from the snow? I can from the snow. But in the absence of snow, if I just try to jump here, I can't get... Oh, I guess I can still get over it. All right, maybe I should consider putting another layer of... like maybe a wooden fence over it. I think having stacking 2 layers of stone fence is going to look too much like a Shawshank Redemption. It's going to look like a prison. You think my gates are an aesthetic nightmare? I'm sorry, Brad. Sorry you feel that way about my gates. They feel adequate as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. And I could maybe make some paths over here too. Oh, you hate installing gates in the center, don't you? Is that what you're saying? Should they be in the center? I sort of envisioned a space where I could access it closest to, like, when I come right out. There it is. Oh, I should make a chicken coop too. So they have a place to lay eggs and incubate the eggs. All right. Oh, did I find another damn bush? Okay. I hope black currants don't attract wolves or some bullshit. All I know is blueberries attract bears, so I don't plant them near my house. All right, I'm going to stop and read the comments. And again, I told you that specific foods attract specific animals to traps. Oh, no, I didn't catch that part. I just thought you... Okay. So wait, do I arm the trap with food? I don't even know what I'd give to a chicken. Sorry, you know how I am. I missed that part of the You have to aim at the trap with food or you'll never catch anything. Okay, sorry, missed it. Missed that. Yeah, once again. Sometimes games like these are not necessarily the best games for me to stream because I have a hard time. This is the sort of game that while you're playing it actually does require a lot of focus. So again, if I'm playing this on stream, I'm gonna fuck up game and I'm gonna fuck up chat. I don't mind because, you know, whatever. I'm not exactly a min-max specialist, but it does mean that I'll look kind of like an idiot blundering around, not noticing things. Probably even worse than I do in regular streams. Arm the traps with blueberries so I can catch some. Let's see. I wonder if chickens would like grains, maybe. Some spelt. Do you think they'll like spelt, Brad? I don't have corn. Do they like turnips? So many opening and closing of doors. They don't just love empty boxes like cats. Okay, I just ate this. You have to arm a trap with food. All right, how do I arm the trap with food? Oh, Millie, calm down, girl. All right, I've got to go at 10 to calm her down. She's become acutely aware that there are other people living in an apartment complex. Triggers her every time. All right, so maybe grains don't. Maybe you can't use grains to arm the traps. All right, well, maybe this is the time to look up. This is what I do a lot of Googling. Vintage story. How to arm traps with food. You can. All right, wasn't giving me an option. Or if it was, it wasn't happening when I clicked the things that I thought. I clicked and clocked and nothing happened. Date selection, different animals attract for food, raw meat. Okay. Trap preparations, reed basket. Place the chosen bait inside the trap. Place the chosen bait inside the reed basket trap. Does it say what kinds? Okay, they just say, think about what you think most animals, the different animals would like. So, thanks for nothing, game. Um, and did I just arm it? Okay, no, that's not doing jack shit. And I just ate more. Nope. Okay, so right-clicking and left-clicking aren't doing it. They tell you just like Brad, they tell you need to arm the traps. But then they don't. The basic thing that you would expect to do to arm it doesn't happen. Left-clicking should work. Okay. Well, since I've already got it in my inventory, I'm just going to try this. Because sometimes this is how you do it. You have to do it like in your crafting screen. All right, I'm going to go back. I'm going to lay it down again. I'm holding down shift like a clown. Maybe that's the thing because I'm trying to sneak. Okay, you're right. I think it was because I was holding control. Because usually control does let you, like everything else in the game, control does let you set it down. All right. I've done it. All right, I'm going to go inside, figure out how to make it. Oh, I was going to do, as long as I've got this out here. I don't know how much food you need to give them, but you know, I could be generous. Do you like to get? You have to give one for each chicken? I don't know. This is all a mystery to me. Let's see, am I out of date? It's already 12:30 in the afternoon. Chicken. Isn't there a chicken coop? I could have sworn there was. Or a hen house? Would it be a hen house? Hen box. Empty. It's 6 or 5 boards. Okay, let me get a bunch of boards. And a bunch of grass. Okay. There we go. Hen box. 3, 4, 5. There, 5 should be enough, I hope. I wonder if I need to cover them up or my hens will freeze to death. Well, the chickens are all living outside right now. They seem to like it. You know, it'll make them feel more at home. All right, let's, I think I maybe do want to add a layer of wooden fence. Fence. It doesn't have to be specific, but I am using pine. So it's like this. And then like this. That didn't last long. I'm going to have to go get more sticks. Put that back in here. I'm collecting a lot of shit in my bags. I'm going to dump out some of my shit. Like, for example, this dwarf fuzz or whatever that I don't think I need for anything, but I'm afraid to get rid of in case I find out later. Oh shit, I threw out so much of that stuff. That's my big fear. All the crafting survival games I've played where I was just ignoring and throwing shit out because it's taking up space, and then I find out, like, oh, I need 1,000,000 of those in the late game, and I've been throwing them out the whole time I've been playing. They're gonna dump paint on this asshole? Have I heard of tool racks? I have heard of tool racks, yes. Are they super helpful? I've not really considered using tool racks. That looks fucking awful. Okay. It's more convenient than doing show. Well, that's something that I've thought about it a few times. Like, should I try using racks? I'm aware of racks. No, that's not. That's dumb looking. None of this is working out the way that I want it to. Right, I'm aware that it's easy to make. Yeah, oh, wait, I'm putting fences down. That's a problem. I'm not paying attention to what the fuck I'm doing. Yes, I am aware that it takes sticks. It's just literally, it's one of the 1 million things in this game that I'm aware of that I haven't tried yet. Can you store like a shit ton of tools on one thing? Because one reason why I use the boxes is because, and I could be totally wrong because I haven't even tried using a tool holder, but that for the same amount of wall space, I can hold 16 items, and I'm dubious as to whether the same is true of. But I should try it. I should try it. I should stop making assumptions and do it. I'll bump it closer up to the top of the million things in this game that I'm aware of that I haven't done yet. Okay. What? I made... Can I break these fucking things down? Okay. I made fence gates like an idiot. And I used all my sticks for it, too. So in case maybe I'm going to go into the gate business. Start a new gate empire. That's what I get for paying half attention to what I'm doing. And I probably now need to go collect more sticks because I burned through all my sticks. And once I get sticks, I can try this whole wall. I could put some tool racks along this wall, see how they work. I'll bump it up the list. Put in my top 5 of the million things I'm aware of that I haven't tried yet. A fence made with 100% gates. And daylight's a burning. Alright. This is just way too much shit. Oh, there's some fence. Not enough to cover up a bunch of oak fence already. I have a lot of pine, though. But sticks are... Wait. Hold on. Fence. Wooden fence. Pine. I still need sticks for that. Alright. Oh, and of course, 3:30 in the afternoon, already getting dark. Where does the time go? Although, honestly, the fact that I did all this during daytime... I know it's probably not impressive to someone like elite gamer like Brad. What are you doing over here, chicken? Oh, hold on, though. I see my traps are down. Okay. Click. How do I pick it up? All right, I'm about to starve. Just realized. Okay. How do I pick it up? Oh, do I need to, shit. Oh. Oh, it's like that, is it? Shit. Okay. It's not an inventory item, it's a container. You just never know when this game is going to be like, oh no, that's not an inventory item. How do I get the chicken out of it? All right. Well, now I've got to do some research how to get the chicken out of the trap. Got monitoring, early game, long-term storage. Preserve food, animal behavior. Click Control 4? Huh? Okay. Intuitive. Control 4. Control... Nope, that's not doing anything. It's nonsense. Not your fault this time. Alright, so Control 4 did not have any effect. So I... Control 1, 4 are how you select your bags. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm selected it. Then place it. Oh, there we go. Oh. All right. I'm going to have to go back and pick up the linen basket. Oh, wait. Close in. Close in. I'm going to come back, pick up the linen basket that I have dropped. Hopefully it's not gone, because linen is a rare resource. For me, anyways. All right. All right. This is a lot of dark activity for me. More than I'm accustomed to. All right. Let's clear my bags so I can make room. Clear all my fucking shit. All right. I don't need any more of these. Food. I don't need... I'm gonna hold on to that so I can make sticks. All right. Can I put... All right. Can I put them in containers? No. Can I put these any place? Hand baskets can go in chests. Do I have to empty my contents completely before I can... All I'd like to do is be able to put away a linen bag or two in a safe place, so I don't have to drop it on the effing ground. Okay, there we go. I just didn't like the way I had the storage set up. All right, that's okay. I mean, really? Really, dude? Really? Okay, that's how it works. All right, let's just hope I'm not pressing my luck and the demons aren't going to spawn all over my ass because it's dark. And I don't go out in the dark. Wait a minute. All right, one of them didn't count. Maybe they set the trap off and ran away. I don't know. Control 3. All right, guys. Enjoy your snowy enclosure. Those are arrows. There's another trap. Alright, I don't have, like, stuff to bait them with right now anyways. Calm or low, you really can't go out in the dark. I feel like in calm, I always end up in... Like, the times I've tried it, maybe I've just been unlucky. Because I think I've done it, like, a couple times, and things went kind of badly for me. And then I was just like, well, we don't go out when it's dark. I just made a rule in my head. I don't go out when it's dark. Calm should never have anything. I wonder what the hell happened to me that made me adopt the rule. Ones that hung out from earlier. Maybe that's what happened. I just have like situations where it seems like horrible things happen to me. Okay. I'm gonna set those traps back out. Where are my damn sticks at? 3 traps. Yeah, because I think some of these could be questionable lessons that I learned during my first couple hours of game. In-game, when I really didn't know, like... Not that I'm claiming to be an expert by any means at this point, after 40 hours or however long I've been playing this, but... I may have learned some lessons early on that were just like I misinterpreted what was happening. Oh yeah, I was gonna make the clay brick thing that I was planning to do. And I guess I can get these back now. Oh, wrong room. Put away my shit. Okay. I say here roosters, I think it's morning. I'm like, what? Okay, got 36 of these. I'll bet I end up having to make a whole shit ton more bricks. In fact, why don't I? Wait, now I forget how to make bricks. Bricks. It's 4. Okay. Fire clay. It's not regular clay. It's fire clay. They only stack in 36s. Okay. You get 12 of these in. You can stack it. If you stack it higher than that, there's too much and you can't cook it. Yeah, if you now I don't know, I haven't verified whether I have male and female, but yes, you need male and female chickens and then they'll reproduce. The female chickens will lay eggs, but if there's no rooster in there, they will not be they will not give rise to more chickens. All right. Which I haven't done yet. I only know this. I looked it up somewhere. I am out of that stuff. Okay. Gonna have to get more. 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, at least get these 2 started. I think I've got more grass upstairs. It's sticks I'm always running out of. Got my grass in here. And, oh yeah, I really am out of sticks. Okay, I may not have enough. Actually, I may completely run out of sticks. I'm trying to set up this last one. Oh, close up. Okay, so let me make sure that door was closed, so I'm getting the cellar effect. Nope, I officially do not have enough sticks to finish that, so... So tomorrow, priority, stick hunting. And I got these shears for sticks. Okay. So, what did I do with all those? Oh, I think I must have put the bricks away. Didn't I have 2 stacks of these fucking things a second ago? I'm certain I did. Did I? Now I'm losing my fucking mind. Did I dump them in here? I could have sworn I had 2 full stacks of fire bricks 30 seconds ago. Now I don't. Maybe I'm losing my mind. I don't think I am. I'm almost positive I had 2 full stacks of fire bricks. All right. So I can make a bloomery base. Okay, so I have to construct that here. And what do I do next? The chimney, or then the other parts? Chimney. Do you like that? That it? Heck to the yeah. Let's see. What's all the stuff that so you need this to heat stuff to higher temperatures. And certain things you can't. Like if I was gonna have iron or something, I wouldn't have been able. I can melt my other stuff in this fire pit, but I wouldn't be able to melt it hot enough without that. Let me see, how are we doing with I think maybe I wanted to melt some quartz. There's borax. I got quite a bit of borax, which supposedly is worth something. I thought I mined a bunch of fucking quartz once. I would like to, if you melt quartz, you can make glass, and then I could make windows. But I don't want to waste coal if I only have a stack of 6. There was... Did I leave all that stuff at the mine, in my safe room at the mine? There was one mine, I was looking for something else, and I found a shit ton of quartz. And I dug a bunch of it up, but I must have left it in the safe room there. Okay. And I'm going to prep for tomorrow morning with a combined goal of... Okay, we're going to take that up here, put this here, keep that up here. Actually, I'm going to put this down here. Probably not going to do a whole bunch of wood chopping. I want to bring a pickaxe in case I want to get more quartz. And do I want more wood? I think I might be good on wood. Ever use your safe word with the quartz? I don't judge. I must be tired because I don't understand what that means. I'm sure if I take long enough and it is sensical, it will sink in. That's another thing I didn't mention. My work, I always say that it's like stressful and there's so much happening simultaneously. And everything is pushing my brain. Everything is pushing my brain to its absolute limits. And so it's like cramming for a test every day. Except instead of learning the thing, you're fucking inventing it. I don't know. It's hard to describe. You're learning it and you're inventing it. Okay. I guess we can, if we're feeling safe, still calm. If we're feeling safe out here, I can dig this up. I'm probably gonna bust the shovel. Oh, I did. I'm all out of shovel. Alright, well, that's something I can do. I think I'm out of shovels. I got some axes. I got some shit shovels I can bring. I probably don't need both. Why wouldn't I just use the shit shovels? Yeah, no, this is actually fine for this. I've just gotten in the habit of making everything in bronze because it's so much better quality and lasts so much longer. It doesn't break every 5 seconds. But if I'm literally like right next to my house and doing something like this, yeah, I should just burn through them. It sounds like charcoal. Yeah, alright. Hey, that's what it is, right? Or it sounds just like charcoal. Okay. I read it like, that's it. That just sounds like charcoal. Like, oh, is it supposed to sound like something else? And you're like, no, it sounds just like charcoal. Ah. See? Dyslexia. Take that. Imagine how easy it would be to find your tools if they were in racks. Well, that's another reason why I'm making a priority 1. That's how I feel at my job, too. Everything needs to be a priority 1. There's always a million things I need to do. Everything's the most important thing. But tomorrow, racks are the important thing. Racks, meaning collecting sticks. And I think I'm going to combine my stick gathering endeavor with a journey to one of my mines where I think all the quartz was that I left in my little abandoned room. So we're going to multitask. That's going to be 2 things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to take a little walk. To one of my mines. And during that walk, I'm going to gather sticks. Because it's very important to me to have tool racks now. You have so little wall space, though, since you've crammed so much. So, well, I could put a whole bunch over here, is the thing. Like, this whole wall could be tool racks. And I could put stuff up here, too. Because, like, I use this. This is sort of like, as I'm going out the door, all the stuff that I swap out. That's what this chest basically this is. This is all, like, the equipment that I'm going to pick up and drop off at the door. Because it's very convenient for me to locate and swap that stuff. I'm getting such high expectations for how awesome these racks are going to be as a superior storage option to this. I am getting super hyped, Brad. I certainly hope I'm not disappointed. Let me see. Hammer. Hoe. Shovel. Pickaxe. Alex blade. You know what? Yeah, I'll take that. A shovel. Then, oh yeah, I was doing that for a minute. We're gonna do some bronze. I'm gonna need to get some more cassiterite for more bronze soon. That's way too much. Although a little goes a long way. So combine the 2 different ores. That'll be just enough for 2 molds. I guess I could have made up to 600 and made a bunch more ingots. You can place your tongs and hammer next to your anvil. Do you understand how that would be convenient? Yeah, sure, absolutely. I can put those right here. Like to visually be able to see them. I mean, I know by memory where I keep that stuff. But to have, yeah, I can see that actually being a space that I'm not going to mount a box here and just feel weird. But if I had a couple of the tools that I use for exactly this stuff, that does make a certain degree of sense. How are we doing? 252. All right, there we go. Starting to cook up very nicely there. Yeah, I'll have to show you guys how smithing works too. Because all I've been doing so far is I should eat. Pouring stuff into molds. Melting stuff down, pouring into molds. There's a whole heating stuff up, putting it on the anvil thing, which is pretty cool. Here's my gameplay. You're betting G-Law will be banned from his kitchen and garage once he moves in. All right, this is about done. That'll take several hours to cool. 3:35 in the morning. Okay. So, you know what? I'll make a couple of these plates. Show you guys how that works. Let's see. We'll go... Get 5 of these. This is brass. Okay, catch that on fire. Let that stuff get nice and glowy hot. Let me grab a hammer. And this thing needs to get up to at least half of its melting temperature before you can work it. I usually let it... I think it'll go all the way up to 1100 Celsius on this forge. I just usually let it go all the way up. Yeah, see that stuff? Still liquid. It's liquid tin bronze. At a certain point, before it cools all the way, it's actually cool enough that you can take it out. You might still burn yourself on it if you're not using tongs. Yeah, that's one thing like Valheim does. If you saw this going on in Valheim and you didn't have a way for that smoke to escape, you'd start suffocating. So, it wouldn't surprise me if that ended up being a mechanic. This is still considered early access, so that wouldn't surprise me at all if that ended up being in the game. Okay, I think we are basically there. Pick that up. And now normally when you place it, it'll let you choose from a bunch of different recipes, like when you do play. But I think this thing this material, all you can make are these basically metal plates, which then I use these to make the torch holders. All right. This is a little unwieldy, but there's different types of strike, and you've got to select which type you're using. So this just smashes everything out. All the green are the areas you have to fill in. And you basically got to push the metal around to the shape you want it to be. And you can see here, I don't have enough metal to make the full plate. So I'm going to have to grab another one, set that down on top of it. Oops. I wasn't using control. See here, you have to hit control. Okay, so now I've got 2 on there. I'm going to do the big smash again. And just start working stuff up. Yeah, it's a lot of material and time because all of this that I'm doing right now, all four of these ingots are going to make a total of 2 plates. And that's enough to make a recipe that will create 2 torch holders. I guess I can keep doing this. And there are ways you can mess this up too, where you end up with not enough metal because you screwed up, or because there's a part where you trim metal away, and if you accidentally hit the wrong thing, you can end up having like one little cube short happened to me once. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. And then I had to put a whole other ingot down to finish the item just for one little bit. One little hole that I missed. That I figured out to locate ore. Yeah, I mean, I think Brad was right. Like, I had the area that I was surveying obsessively last week, that whole area that where I was reading ultra, 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 all I had to do was just start digging down and doing the local searches over and over, and I would find it. I just didn't. I thought like a little bit like Minecraft. I think you even brought that up. If it's like if the different layers um, are like, oh, you only find such and such in the first 15 or whatever, and that's sort of what I was expecting. But no, some of that stuff can be really far down. I found a massive vein of copper, and unfortunately, I think it's near some pretty gnarly, like dangerous caverns, like open areas. And I left for a little while, my torches burnt out. And of course, the absence of light and the presence of evil means evil spawning in the darkness. So when I went back to keep mining, it was infested with horrible looking shit. So I'm kind of like, all right, I'll come back to that later, hopefully when I have better armor and weapons. Massive vein. Yeah, it was shocking. It just kept going and going. That's what she said. All right. All right. And then of course we've got to make a second one. We're gonna start with the big hit. Come on, Millie. Can we not? Millie! Hey, come here! Come here! Surprise! People live in the world. Okay, hold on. Because if I don't calm her down, my wife will get out of bed and be all here. All right, crisis averted. How many ore does it take to make an ingot? It's sort of a complicated formula. I could sort of walk you through it when I'm done with this. Because yeah, it's a little. I think it'd be best if I showed you. Oh, it'd be pretty easy to show you. It's like actually what I did before. If I had just been talking about like what I was doing, I could have explained it then too. Right. Down. Oh, God damn it, a temporal storm is approaching. I hate temporal storms. That's where the world gets all weird. And lately they've been spawning right here in my house, right next to me. It's one thing I've been meaning to make is a shield. Brad swears that they make a huge difference, and I just haven't gotten around to it because it takes multiple parts. Hoping to get this done before it, because this stuff, if you leave it in the middle, it'll get cold and you've got to like reheat it again. I guess that wouldn't be the end of the world if that happened, but they're sort of like once you heat it up, the clock is ticking for you to be able to keep working it without wasting more coal to reheat it again. No, you're not safe inside. No, they spawn. And at first I thought as long as you had enough light inside, then they wouldn't spawn in your house. But they do. I can almost guarantee you that I'm going to have to fight off a couple. All right, let's cut the last 3 out. We're going to do this to make the holders. And there we go. I think I'm going to throw these up. This is sort of the last. That's in a holder. These are the last 2 torches in my house that I routinely keep lit. Now I'm not going to have to keep relighting them. All of my in-house torches now are in holders. And these are now cold enough to pick up. This works out well because this weapon is specifically for fighting demons. And I'm going to use my very last stick to make a bronze thing. I'm going to dump some of these off in a container so that if I die, which I may, because nighttime is terrible, but at least I won't die with quite as much crap on my person. Mining stuff back in. It's safer than I was when I was trapped outside last time. But if you recall, if you were here last time when I was streaming and I got stuck in one of those things, I first died inside my house. Like the storm started and I turned around and I was blocking up my front door, and I turned around, there was a monster behind me, like right upstairs in that room up there. Out of sticks again. Still, it's more the case. Unless I was out of sticks last week, which I very well. I run out of sticks a lot. Okay, we're gonna do this. Have this weapon out. This is to patch myself up when I inevitably get horribly maimed. Okay. Before this thing hits, I'm just gonna show you, Maxie, how this works. So this is where you have to heat the stuff up in a crucible. When you break down all the ores that you get, it breaks down into nuggets, which is like sort of the pure raw form of the different ores. So when you put these into heat, it will create units of copper, which is more of like an abstract unit of measurement. So if I do all 128 nuggets, that will create 640 units. So usually what I do, since it's like, if I want to do 4 ingots, it's 100 each. So I would heat up, exactly 80 of these. That would fill this up, and it would then become 40 liquid units of copper. And then I could do it, each one of these empty molds is 100 units. Each one of these is 100 units. So, and then of course, when they cool off, you just sort of store them. And, but yeah, so when I was making those torch holders, that was, you know, 4 ingots for that recipe. So 400 units. So that would have been, well, there was bronze. So, that's where you mix certain things. So copper and cassiterite, which is basically tin. If you get these in a certain proportion, I think it's 10-to-1 for this, then it will smelt tin bronze instead of pure copper. Now, if I take this out and do this stuff instead, the sapphirite, this is zinc, I believe. You need a higher proportion, but when you get enough in there, it will make brass. And brass is what you use for the torch holders. But here, the proportion is like almost 50%. So yeah, there's some complexity there. That's kind of cool. Well, yeah, this was from the, and I think I got more up here. This is from that big ore vein I was talking about. The one with the demons in it. There's still a bunch more, but I'm scared to go down there. But when I got away thinking, okay, I probably got enough to last for a while at this point. Because before I found that vein, when I went searching for it, or I went searching for a vein and I found that one, I was down to like just a couple, like I probably had about this much. Like 1 full stack and some change. So 100 nuggets. Let's see. Oh, I should take this. Holding something in your offhand increases your food consumption by 20%, I think. So, oh, whoops. All right, let's see. I have a stack of 100. So 100 would yield 500 units of copper, which would be 5 ingots. 5 bars. I don't have the formulas like memorized, so I have to, that's why I have to basically be like, well, let's put a bunch of stuff in here and see how many units it adds up to. Yeah, it'll start, I think, clicking more the more I do it. I do not like... I'm going to grab more medicine while I'm at it. Got that up here. Alright, I'm going to run downstairs. Oh, it's light outside even. I mean, not that it makes any fucking difference. A temporal storm. Is there a safer place? Okay, that's not going to help. Sometimes hitting them with... Come on, temporal storm. I can't do anything. I couldn't go outside right now. I hope the demons don't eat my chickens or kill my chickens. That would suck. I think they're mostly concerned with killing me. But yeah, like a moment like this, all I can really do is wait for the stuff to happen. What if I use my dirt to block myself in? I wonder if I make a smaller enclosed space, temporarily at least, if that would make a difference. So like, can I find a damn corner? unoccupied corner. Here, we'll do it like this. Put this here. Oh. Like, if there's literally no place for them to spawn. And then I can just sit in here and like, hey, maybe I should get up and have a stretch at this point. I am standing right next to a source of light. I wonder, because I might just stay in here, because honestly, if I'm out in my main house, all that I'm going to do is sit in a corner and just be in fight or flight mode, waiting for something to spawn. During the last temporal storm, 3 or 4, I can't remember, but it was at least 3 monsters spawned like 5 feet away from me. All right, you know what? I think I'm gonna go run to the restroom, but I'm gonna keep the game going. Here, I'll have my blade out in my little dirt closet with my blade, so I feel safe. We'll see if this keeps anything from spawning right onto me, and I'll be right back. Bitch tactics. Let's see. Not the action-packed gameplay we needed, but definitely the action-packed gameplay we deserve. Well, it's not just action-packed, it's dirt-packed. Bitch tactics. These are demons don't eat his chickens. Has this thing happened yet? It says it's approaching. Am I still waiting for the fucking storm? Alright, well this will be ready for me to go in. Is there anything else I can be doing? Thank you, EV23. It's good to be back. I feel like anything that I do is going to involve like heating up ore or doing something that once it gets going, I'm going to have to like stop and it's going to just be undone. But this feels like it's taking a long time for this thing to come. Storm is imminent. Oh, it is imminent. That just came up. Okay. All right, it's showtime. Bitch tactics 101. All right. Standing here in my little dirt closet, in the very corner of my dirt closet. Oh, and this thing's starting to spin. There we go. This little cog down here represents your sanity. Or your, like, your temporal stability. Not exactly sure, but it's basically like when you're mining and you're deep underground, the further down you go, when it turns to the left, you're losing your sanity or your touch with temporal reality. And this is lit up. It will slowly, like, it's like a big bar. It will slowly deplete. It just occurred to me that if I'm not out there... Nah, it's gotta stay in here. So, that's one of the reasons you can't just stay downstairs and mine forever. Like, I'll be down there and all of a sudden the world will start glitching out and I'll be like, oh, I'm going crazy. I have to go back to the surface. And once you get up near the surface, the cog starts going the other direction, and that means you're regaining your sanity. Well, this is what it sounds also like if you're underground too long and your sanity drops too low, you start to hear like the same sorts of sound effects. And the world starts glitching out a little bit. Not like this, where the whole world looks absolutely insane. That's one of the things that's like, it's almost cool to be able to see, like to be outside when it's like this, but it's also like extremely stressful, at least for me. So I'd rather be in here. Oh, let's see, what y'all? You have to tap out. Oh, East Coast time zone is the worst time zone. Yeah, it's late over there for you guys. Mainly filled with 55+ living communities, so it's pretty chill. Lots of old people. Yeah. The East Coast attitude. They're more polite than Colorado people. Are Colorado people rude? I don't have any concept of what people in Colorado are like. Except that I just sort of figured it would be similar to, like, the Pacific Northwest. Just be eating New York pizza. Where are you living? Are you living in New York? East Coast is a rather long stretch of real estate. I can't remember. I'm sure you said where it is and I maybe forgot. Colorado people were the rudest people anywhere? Wow. Okay. New Jersey. Okay. Okay. You got there last week. Is that a military thing? Like you're... I always assume it's military, like you're being assigned someplace for a period of time for a military thing. But then I don't know. The altitude. Is it Aspen? Aspen's in Colorado, right? That's like one of the most like hoity-toity stuck-up communities too. Oh, you changed jobs and got moved there, okay. Well, I gotta say, I'm feeling a little bit cozy here in my little dirt closet. It's still unnerving. But, you know, like if I weren't streaming, I'd probably just be watching videos on the other monitor. Oh, I don't know if any of you guys are Alien franchise fans, but the new Alien series, Alien Earth, launched this week. I think it's FX. It's on Hulu, which we're subscribed to because it has Always Sunny. And they released the first 2 episodes of Alien Earth, and I watched the first episode, and I thought it was really good. I'm very excited about the series after watching the first episode. So, when I first heard they were making an Alien TV series, I was very skeptical. But, yeah. As it came closer to coming out in the last week or so, I started hearing the first like feedback from critics and people who were able to have access to it, and seeing the first trailers and stuff, and it looked really good, and so far so good. Sanity seems to be taking a while to be coming back. My sanity is not at the moment coming back. When that wheel is spinning to the left, that's my sanity going away. So right now my sanity, you can start to see like the top of the cog, the light is draining further down. That's my sanity, is like right now it's leaching away. It'll go down till the storm ends. Well, they probably will make more Alien movies. I mean, was it this? No, it was last year they came out with a new Alien movie, Alien Romulus. I mean, probably they're going to try to do like cinematic universe like everyone else is, like Star Wars and Avatar and, you know, whatever. And hopefully it doesn't wear out its welcome. So I feel like some of these franchises, like Star Wars, I like Star Wars, but I'm a little fatigued. Like, I never thought, if you'd asked me 30 years ago, I'd never believe you if I'd said in a couple decades there would be so much Star Wars that I'm sick of it. Like, I just, what the hell? That was a weird noise. All right, good night, Joss. Have a good night. So the whole premise of Alien Earth is there's a ship that's been in deep space for decades, for a long time, and its whole mission was to collect sort of like distant and odd and maybe slightly dangerous alien species. It was a science ship, and they found some crazy shit. And of course, one of the things that they found was, guess what? The alien from the rest of... They found other shit too, but one of the specimens they found was the alien. And of course, as they're approaching Earth, you know, whatever, one thing leads to another, and I'm not spoiling it too much because it's right in the trailer, but the ship ends up crash landing into a major city on Earth. And, you know, sort of the rest is that's set up, and then so whatever happens from there, probably not good. Not even that there's so much, a lot of it is really bad. This stuff, well, I've had this discussion before, and I know I have a higher threshold for, like, allowing myself to enjoy things that other people or critically can't stomach, like the Star Wars sequels, episodes 7 through 9. I actually enjoyed watching those, whereas I could, like, all the criticisms I could agree with, Like, oh yeah, that was kind of cheesy, or that didn't add up, or, you know, whatever. There were things where I was like, oh, I hear shit out there. I bet there's stuff spawned. I bet there's stuff. I'm gonna have to do some fighting. At least it won't still be spawning in. Pretty sick in the head. Yeah. So, and like for the Star Wars stuff, I watched the first few episodes of the maybe even the first season of The Mandalorian, and I thought it was good. But I just was like, there was just a lot of Star Wars, and I just kind of got tired of it. I watched the first couple episodes of the Ben Kenobi one, and I was like, I enjoyed it. I wasn't blown away falling down thinking it was the greatest thing ever, but I was like, this is good. This is whatever. And then there's all the other shit, and I just haven't watched it. Just haven't been interested in that. But, all right. And let me get myself sorted out here. This is where I put this. This is where I put... Okay, I need sticks. I was going to go stick hunting. I'll keep that with me. Oh, I do have a bronze. That's a bronze shovel. I don't anticipate... I was going to bring a pickaxe along with me because I was going to check out the quartz situation. Yeah, there's something in my... I think it's gone now. But it was in my... it was in my pantry. And I'm like, I'm just not going to go in my pantry right now. Not important. Just trying to reassemble my brain. I was going to go stick hunting. On my way to... There are a couple mines. I think this was the mine where I found all the quartz. I also found that this area is infested with wolves. And I died twice going back and forth. Only to find that the thing I was looking for... I said very high limonite. Or it's actually ilmenite. But I misread it. There's something called limonite that is iron. And when I saw this, I misread it and was like, oh, it's limonite. So I dug all around looking for this shit. And when I finally found some, I couldn't even mine it. And it turns out it's titanium. I just read the words wrong. So I had not, in fact, found the stuff that you make iron with. But I did find a crap ton of quartz in there. So... We're gonna... Oh yeah, I should eat. In fact, I should probably... Nope, I was like, I should go grab some more food, but it's not that important. And I've got enough to get me through the day, probably. Because if I just leave that fucker alone, if he's still hanging out... Oh, it's nighttime anyways. Son of a bitch. I was all excited to go out. Alright. Is there more stuff that I want to make in here? I guess I could make more ingots. Five. Oh, five. Let's see. I'll make some more. Some titanium. Or not titanium. Bronze. Here we go. All right, let's see if there's anyone in here. Hey, bah! Nope. They're gone now. Here, which one of these? Grab some more of those. Stick. Oh, yeah, my traps, too. Oh, Rift. I was like, maybe I'll poke my head out right now. and see how my traps are doing because it's right by the house. But not with current rift activity high. Definitely not poking my head out in the dark when it's rift activity. That's when shit will spawn. All right. And that's still going to be a couple minutes probably. Because what I can do after I do that is I had a hay bale bed before, and that lets you sleep for 6 or 7 hours. I can't remember. This one lets you sleep for 8 or 8.5 hours, 8.5 hours, up to 8.5 hours. So once I've done this, that I might just hit that bed and sleep until the morning because there's not a whole ton of stuff that I want to actually do in here right now. Is it possible to tech up enough that you can actually beat some of the monsters? Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. I was just like, I don't have anything else to do in here right now. I could make a shield. One problem is that most of the armor and stuff that you need, or most of the armor you need hides, like leather, to do. And I haven't been hunting any animals large enough for that. Now, one thing that I have done recently is I've been able to make some arrows. I can make bows, but arrows are hard to make because you need, for each arrow, you need a feather. So that's one of my incentives for catching chickens, is to breed a steady quantity of creatures that yield feathers. So over the course of several in-game days or weeks, I occasionally came across chickens, and if I had enough inventory space, I would kill one and I'd get a few feathers. But I'm hoping now that I have a bow and arrow that I'll be in a better position to fight animals. Also, if I do end up making the shield, Brad has said that the shield is very helpful. Maybe it would help me not be killed so easily by animals. There's so many monsters during temporal storms, you can't go out in them. Other times, it's doable. Are you talking about during high rift activity? Or just in general? Because that's a combination of high rift activity and night out time, temporal storm or no. Well, you know, even when it was calm, I didn't like going out in the dark. But definitely, if it's this current rift activity high, definitely not going out. And probably whatever spawned during the storm could still be out there as well. You think you get... No, I've been getting like 9 or 10 feathers. Seems like I got 9 a couple times, and maybe once I got 13. I've killed 3 chickens. And maybe I killed 2 chickens and I found one that was already dead. Because stuff hunts each other. Animals like wolves and whatever else. There's a whole ecosystem happening out there. So you'll find animals that have been killed and partially eaten by other things. All right, this thing is probably ready to go. Yeah, it's probably been ready for a few minutes. I'm gonna fill these up. This is how you make ingots. Oh wait, I should put that in here. Put that in there. Maybe I should look into the shield. Shield. So it'd probably be a pine shield. Or I think I have enough oak. I could make an oak shield just like Thorin. I need a tin bronze boss and a hoop. Tin bronze boss. Maybe I will. As long as I'm stuck in here for the night, why not? Now that I've thought of something to do. I should probably think about making some more charcoal soon, too. Because you end up going through that stuff pretty quick. I probably need to grab this thing again. What material is the furnace made of? This, you mean this thing? The forge is just rock. I think it's the same rock that I use from mining. This thing is just, this is clay, the bloomery, and this fire pit is just literally like firewood to get it started. First, it's just like some grass or hay and firewood, and then you can put hotter. You can add like coal and those up to burn hotter. But yeah, the forge was just, you can make it out of different types of like rocks that you mine. That are pretty plentiful. It's sort of one of those things where it was like, I was doing research about, oh, what do I need to do next? I just smithing looked complicated. I'd seen enough videos playing in the background where I saw people doing smithing, and I was like, that looks complicated. That I kept kind of putting it off. All right, let's get these tongs in hand. And this is ready to go. And this time I need to find the thing. I need to do a hoop. And there was some other... Well, I know the hoop. I'm going to have to check next time to see specifically what the other part was for the shield. All right, and I'm going to get a backup hammer because that first hammer I'm working is probably going to die. Oh, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very precision. I've never made one of these before. I could probably hit this one down too. Oh. As long as I've got to do one this way. Oop. I can probably start doing some of these. This is sort of like a puzzle. It feels a little bit like a puzzle game. Not a very complex puzzle, but still. I'm going to have to move one more piece all the way down here. And the rest we just need to carve away. Now, see this where if you accidentally knock something out that is part of your thing and you don't have enough or can't move enough spare material to fill it up, then you have to put a whole new thing down. Okay, we got that. No, shield. What was the other thing? Was a tin bronze boss. Okay. Okay, just put this in here. You don't get... No, unless I'm missing something, I don't think there's a way to keep the scraps. Okay, where was the tin bronze boss? There it is. All right, I think I can afford to get a little splatty with this. All right. This one's a little bit tricky. All right, hold on. F, up. I might not actually end up needing to do another... Oh, okay, I think I've got enough. Oh my god, what did I just do? Nope. Good, good, good. Oh no. I'm a little confused. Oh, here we go. I have to turn it. Crouch. All right. It won't let me crouch and also hit... I'm sorry. It won't let me crouch... Oh, I lost my hammer. Crouch. It won't let me crouch. Oh, hold on. Will it? No. And also hit Alt. Is there stuff under there I need to get? There we go. Oh my god. I was getting a little bit scared there. All right, let's look back at shield. And see what the rest of it is. So it's that, and 3 planks. Okay. I get 3 planks. Yeah, I was a little bit worried about that one. One, two, three. I've already forgotten. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Shield. God damn it. Oh, Board oak. This is oak. That goes. Oh, God damn it! I didn't have the tongs in my hand and I forgot these are still hot. Okay, there we go. So I can't handle it if I'm not using tongs, even within my inventory. And like this. So it occurs to me, I don't even know, really. All right, I'm going to put away some of the smithing shit. I'm not even strictly sure how to use a shield. Don't need this, don't need this. This is where this goes. Oh yeah, I probably need to eat. Oh, is it just on my person? All right, and that created a half slice. Crouch to use shield. Does it need to be in my offhand? Oh, okay. So yes, it does need to be in my offhand, which means as long as I'm carrying it, I will consume, is it 20% more food? It'll tell me. 20% more food. I'm gonna just hold on to it. And then if I don't know if I want to be carrying it, but consuming 20% more food all the time. Hopefully I'll be able to use it strategically and know if I'm going to need it ahead of time and arm it, which probably is not true. Maybe I should at least have it someplace visible, because that way I can just hit X to swap it out. North Ray knows how to use shield, that's true. Okay. All right. Okay. Wait, is it already nighttime? No, it's morning. And I was also going to this. Okay. This is for demons. I'm going to put that away. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to need shovels or anything, but... Okay. It's chilly out. Let's see how my chickens are doing. See if they need food. They do. Oh, there's fucking demons out there right now. Alright, I just realized. It's still dark. And it's high rift activity. So of course there's demons. There's medium rift activity. Enough for there to be fucking demons running around 7 in the morning. Now I can hear them growling. Alright, that's great. That's just great, you guys. Okay, I was gonna get more grain for the chicken feeder boxes, whatever they're called. Chicken feeder boxes. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know, Maxie. Effing demons. I say effing because I like to run a kid-friendly channel. Family-friendly fun with the gaming lawyer. Oh yeah, just in general, I see all sorts of weird shit walking around out there. All right, I'm gonna hang out inside until the sun comes more. Or actually, it's looking like the kind of day where the sun probably isn't gonna come out too much. But at the very least, it will get brighter out, and maybe I'll deal with a little less terribleness. My goodness. Let's see what else is on my to-do list. Everything on my to-do list right now involves going outside. Let's see, I can pick up these ingots. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Gets me every time. Real life outside is scary. Like real life. Yes. You dig a tunnel through the ground and get out of the house that way. Well, yeah, but then the shit can spawn in the tunnels because they're dark, so I have to use all my torches. And then if those torches burn out, then monsters would spawn in those tunnels. It's a never-ending cycle. Of places being too dark, the best thing is to just wait. Just wait for the, just wait for it to get bright enough outside to where they're dark. There are demons everywhere. Should be happening soon. It could already... Is there a monster stuck in one of my... Looks like one of them's trapped in one of my bins. Oh, you fucker. I think they throw shit, though. I'm gonna have to see. Hello, chickens. Maybe I can breed fucking demons. Oh, you son of a bitch. Alright, screw you. Did I not arm these things with more feed? I did. Just no one's gone for it. Alright, I'm just gonna leave that guy behind. Just fight, it's only 1 weak guy. But yeah, why would I though? I mean, I could. I don't have an incentive to do that at this point. I already did what I wanted to do, which was feed the chickens. And now, I have priority to get sticks. And when I go back, that thing will have despawned anyways. I guess like one for every 50 of those things drops a valuable item. Just get rid of him for the future. He'll be gone when I go back. They despawn if you leave for a little while and come back. He may even be gone now, just because I've left the area. If for some oddball reason he's still there when I go back, then I'll kill him. Okay, there's a wolf. Looks like I'm going to take the long way around. Because I do not fuck with wolves. I've tried a few times. It has not worked out in my favor. I don't think I've ever killed a wolf. I've tried stabbing it over and over again with a spear or other weapon. How did I pick the area to start mining in? Well, like I said, I was looking for limonite. So these are all areas where I've done sort of that prospecting trick where I dig down into the rock and then I sample 3 areas, at least 3 spaces apart, and then it'll give me a reading of what's in those areas. So I was actually, now magnetite was something I was looking for because that's iron. I was trying to hunt down iron. And when I came down here, I was getting high readings limonite. Very high, very high, very high, very high. And so I was trying to get an idea of like where the center of the very high region was. But anywhere where it says very high would be a good place to dig for that stuff. Like I said, unfortunately, once I got in there and actually found it, it was not limonite. It was ilmenite, which is a whole different thing, which I don't even have. You need steel in order to even mine this stuff. So I spent like an evening hunting down something based on me misreading what the thing was. But that's how I decided to go to look there. You can see other places I looked, like, were just junk. There's no plentiful of anything. There's like some amounts of some things, like if you dug and dug and dug and dug and dug, you would uncover some stuff. But you're really looking for, trying to find areas where there's high readings of the specific things that you're looking for. Yeah, I am an English major. Sometimes I say words bad. Well, also, if there's a lot of words that I'm just not familiar with, like, I kind of, honestly, in my opinion, I mean, you get used to it, but it's kind of a bitch move Like, why don't they just say it's iron ore, it's copper ore, it's whatever ore? Well, copper it does say. It will say just flat out copper. But all the other ones, it's like, oh, it's limonite. And so you're trying to remember in your head all these terms. It's like learning a foreign language. You're trying to remember in your head all these terms. Okay, limonite, 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 limonite. And then I'm looking at this, and it's like, oh, that looks like limonite. And it's just at the capital I, and then the L. I got, whatever. It fucked with my head. Malachite is an ore of copper? Is that in the game? I mean, when I found copper, here's where I found copper. It just says native copper, native copper, native copper. Do they have... Okay, I don't think I've seen malachite then. Or if I have, I didn't associate it with copper. So, yeah. At an English major, we did not learn about all the different, like, ore names or anything either. Alright, I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way. This is the long way around where I'm less likely to run into wolves on the way to where I'm going. I still might. I can't walk through those bushes. Alright, there's a mine that was more successful. The problem with the first one, where I actually found all the quartz, is it was over a giant cavern. And everywhere I dug just opened up into giant cavern. And so eventually I was like, well, that's bullshit. I'll find some... The whole area has got high in this mineral. I'm just going to find another place to dig down. Because I'm at a stage in my career where I don't fuck with caverns. Alright, just going to have this temporary, just to have some light in here. Indeed, there's a bunch of borax. Oh, I got some clear quartz too. Hey, well, as long as I'm here. This is where all the quartz was. I might mine a little bit more quartz. It did occur to me that I forgot all about my... Oh, goddamn you. Fuck you guys. Nope. Don't need it that bad. Sorry. Alright. Revising my plan. I'm just going to grab the quartz that I've already mined. And the borax. And... Yeah, you fuckers. You stay in there. I don't want to kill a horde of demons to get back in there. Why aren't I picking up sticks? I forgot to pick up sticks. That's why I was too worried about being afraid that there were wolves. And there were, in fact, wolves. I avoided a wolf because I was paying attention to whether there were wolves. I know I said I was going to pay attention to sticks. But the reality is, like, in that situation, if I had... And I had some pie left over in here that's still good, too. If I had been focused on sticks, I probably would have got ate by that wolf. So, whoops. Okay. Alright. I came here... I got what I came here to do. And there's some good stick gathering on the way back as well. In fact, there's some good stick gathering right here. Well, in theory, I don't think I picked up a single fucking stick. There, now I have picked up some sticks. Alright, come on. Yeah, be careful. This is Wolf Town, Wolf territory. I forget what borax is good for. I remember, Brad, at some point you said borax is like one of the next level materials that you need. I probably looked it up at one point, but I haven't used it yet, and I can't remember what it's good for, aside from I remember you saying it's important. So I'm paying attention to it. Use the shears on the wolf to humiliate him. That's a plan. That's a strategy. I think these shears actually can only be used to trim leaves. You'd think you could, and in Minecraft you use, I think they're called shears, and that's how you get sheep's wool. Oh, I can use it for leather, okay. Yeah, I haven't, what I need to do is find some medium-sized, more like prey type game. Like there's mountain goats and stuff like that. I know if I attack them, they will try to kill me. Actually, I think there was some deer. Maybe even out this way. I don't know if I've got enough daylight to try and hunt them. Throw sticks to wolf? Yeah, like play fetch. Maybe I could give it a bone too. I can use all the tricks that I learned from Millie while I'm playing Wolf Mouth. Make a tennis ball, yeah. Although what I've learned from Millie is that not all wolves enjoy ball. At least not all the time. It took Millie a while to warm up to playing fetch with a ball. And she's often just not in the mood either. 1442, okay. I don't think I got a whole ton of daylight left. Alright, so there's all this shit. Anya would rather play fetch with one of her toys and a ball. Yeah, that's the same with Millie. She likes playing the weird sort of like tug-of-war games with all of her little animal toys and her little octopus and everything like that. And so the game that she actually seems to like is if you play tug-of-war and if you get it away from her, then you throw it. And then she'll run very excitedly and go get it and bring it back and immediately, like push it back into my knee to keep playing tug-of-war. So I think she likes the more exciting combination of activities. Whereas when we play ball, and if it's just about running, grabbing a thing, coming back, running, grabbing a thing, bringing it back, she tends to maintain less interest. I want to say out here there was some larger game. I'll have to make a return trip out here and see if and do some more searching. Because right now I need to get back home. It's starting to get dark. It's already 3:30 in the afternoon. That's another thing too that I wasn't thinking about, but that's snow. It seems to slow you down by like 30% or like considerable amount. Crowdfunding fence, yeah. That was one thing that the house we have the builders as part of our sale. Part of our agreement, the deal we work out is that they're going to install a fence. So that's exciting. All right, I think it's time to actually start running. Yeah, medium rift activity. I don't want to be out here when it's like this. . That's what's nice when you get back into like the summer months. It starts getting light at like 4 in the morning, and it stays light until like, 9 o'clock at night or something. But during the winter, what time is it now? It just hit 4 o'clock. It's basic. Oh god, and stuff's gonna spawn right out of that. Fuck. That's a rip. That's like where shit spawns out of. I think only disadvantage of running a lot is that it consumes food faster. But that's I've got plenty of food. See if that thing is still with my chickens. Traps are still up. Creature's gone. You guys trying to get in with the other chickens? Is that what's happening? Oh god, okay. Oh god! You little son of a bastard. Alright, no, I should not be messing around out here right now. Especially there's a rift right in my garden. Nope. Name chicken after Brad. I don't even know if you can name him. Oh, my guy's shaking a little bit. Oh, he got cold. Okay. I'm not sure what happens if you get too cold, but his body temperature is lowered below normal. And he's shivering, so something I wasn't thinking about. I'm also not aware if there are certain things you can wear to prevent you from being cold as easily. All this and more, I don't know. It's funny that you're still afraid of the most basic enemies. Yeah, it probably is funny. I just know in general, I don't like the monsters. They creep me out. I like avoiding them. And certain things hurt me real bad and kill me real fast. And I know it's like that in a lot of games. And Brad, you're much more about going in and fighting. You're more of a Dark Souls spirited person than I am. You like the challenge of fighting and getting good at fighting. I'm someone who's more about like avoidance of fighting. I don't like it. It's stressing me out. So especially creepy things that are out in the dark, I just want to stay the fuck away from them. That's my instinct. But I have in games to overcome that. And eventually there's a chance I will here. I'm not there yet. There are things that work for cold, but you need animal hides. Okay. Don't cosplay the blue underwear. Noted. You paused and looked at the rift instead of immediately running. Did I? Would argue that your bitch playstyle is extremely well suited to this game. Well, and also in this game, I don't feel like there's a huge... well, like you've noted, I think as well, too. Those guys, you can kill 50 of them, and once in a blue moon, they'll drop something that's actually quite valuable. But for the most part, you kill them and they drop jack shit. So there's like, all you end up doing is getting hurt. For me, getting hurt, maybe killed, burning through resources for like, it's not like you gain experience and, oh, I'm going to go up levels and get a perk killing these guys. Like, I feel very little incentive for engaging them, except if I'm out doing something and I just want to like kill them and get rid of it so I can keep working. That's one thing. But if I'm out there and it's dark and there's a rift 5 feet away and I kill something, two other things are going to be there in 5 seconds. So I again feel no incentive to start that like to be what is a downward spiral of like, yeah, I could kill that because I have killed those guys before. I know I can do it. I usually end up getting a little bit hurt, and then I kill them. But yeah, under those circumstances, just more. I'll kill 1, 2 more will appear. I'll kill them, 2 more will appear. So I'm like, well, I just want to get away from them. Oh, do they drop flax fiber? For me, it was. I've killed quite a few of them because they like spawn in my base and shit like that. or they spawn in when I'm in mines. They've spawned, so I've actually killed quite a few of them when I'm sort of like, oh shit, I want to clear the space that I'm mining, and let's get rid of these guys. And literally, they've never dropped anything except one time, and the one time the thing they dropped was actually quite valuable. If they're hanging around your house during the day, they just have to go. I mean, normally what I'll do is I'll just be like, I'll find something else to do. Usually, like, I'll be leaving the house. I'm like, well, I was going to go mine anyways, or I was going to go chop wood anyways. And I'll go leave, and if I'm gone for 10 minutes and I come back, they're gone too. Usually that's how it works. So that's sort of been my way of dealing with it. Not saying it's the way or the right way or even a good way. It's my way. Like I said, I'm not, I don't feel an incentive to fight them. If there was like clearly things I wanted, like was dead set on doing something around my house and my garden, and there was the one wandering around, yeah, I'd probably kill it. Try to craft fences this time and say, oh right, I was gonna make I still don't have as many sticks as I would like. Here, this is where I put my bush stuff. This is where I've been putting my seeds that have accumulated. I'm going to put my quartz and my borax in here. This is borax. And this is quartz. I didn't realize I had clear quartz. I think I can make a window out of that immediately. I don't know. I have to look into it. Clear quartz you can substitute for glass, I think, without having to melt it. Okay. So, oh, I'm running low on boards too. All right, I wanted to make pine. So, in fact, I think I'm going to remove all, shift. Let's make some more boards. All right, now I'm getting a whole bunch of boards. All right, now we got boards. And I'm going to need the sticks, and I was going to look up fence this time, not fence gate. Wooden fence. Wooden fence. Oh, and look how many it makes, too. In fact, I don't think I need... I think one stack is fine. All right, let's put that back over here. You were hoping for... Well, I got gates aplenty. Don't you worry about that. You like gates? You came to the right place. Let's see. This is 5 days, 6 days. Same. All right, now we've got a partial piece. Now, at least for meals, and I think it maybe works the same for pie, but if you eat quality food until you're topped off, it'll actually hold your, you won't deteriorate hunger for a short while. I'm not sure. I know that applies to meals, like the porridges and stuff. Not 100% that it works for pies. You know, Brad? Okay. Let's grab some of these. Add fuel. Did I already add fuel? Add smeltables. Here's my quartz chunks. Charcoal. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's it. Okay. It only takes a few. You're pretty sure it does. Okay. Hopefully this is all I gotta do to light it. There we go. That's satisfying. Oh, it's making some nice sizzling sounds that I'm enjoying right now. Okay, put this in here. Put this back. Is there an inventory that I can... How do I access what's inside of it? Is there like a side panel that I should have been able to access that I'm not aware of? I've never used one of these before. But I'm realizing right-clicking it does not bring up... Maybe it's, once it has contents, it will give you an option to, like, click shift and then right-click and then it comes out. I gotta break it open! That makes me sad. Will I get the bricks? Will I still get the bricks afterwards? Oh well. You get some of the bricks. Speaking of which, now that I've got some more... I still need to do some stick hunting. Let's look at that. More... Speaking of bricks, I was cooking bricks. Alright. This game likes fucking with you? I mean, is that the way it really is when you make something like this? You gotta... I spent all this time making this beautiful structure and then I have to destroy it to get the contents? I mean, that could just be the way that it is in real life. You're gonna make things this way. It just looks like such a solid thing that I'm gonna use over and over again. Like we go to a new house, we have this nice new, you know, a nice new oven, brand new. I think it's a Whirlpool. I can't remember which brand. It's some kind of well-known brand. The first time I cook something in it, it's like, hey, I made a nice quiche. All right, get the jackhammer. Got to bust open the fucking oven to get the quiche out of it. I should make some more of these shears. Are the shears... I forget if there's a mold, but I think the shears have to be, yeah, the shears have to be done manually. Fine. 3, 4, 5. You think I look like someone who enjoys quiche? I like quiche. Oh. This is one where you have to hold left control in order to burn it, or else it just removes stuff. I wonder if I'm trying to use left control when I do everything. Quiche flavored Huel. I've had quiche. What are you talking about? Yeah, I think I'll make some more clippers. And what's the other one? It's like a scythe thingy. I think I must have busted it already. Scythe. I'm overpronouncing because I'm not. Because I think I'm probably saying it wrong. Scythe. Is it not melting my quartz? It's definitely, oh well, we'll see what happens. There was some point when I was a kid where I can't remember, but I had quiche and I got sick or it went wrong. Like I didn't feel well while I was eating it. And then in that moment, decided I hated quiche. And it wasn't until I was like well into adulthood that I was like, wait a minute, why do I hate quiche? Literally everything in it I like. And then I suddenly loved quiche again. It was just like a breakfast pie, like with a pie crust, you know. It's like got all the shit that you like for breakfast. That's how I feel about it. All right. So let's see about this. I'm gonna do more shears. I should probably do more hammers too. All in good time. Let's see. Where am I getting this? Okay. You love eggs over easy, but you cannot eat jiggly quiche. Huh, alright. I don't know if I had jiggly quiche. How come I can get that stuff up the step sometimes and not others? Here, we'll get one guy up there. You guys, if by sea. Oh, whoop, oopsie daisy. Then that resets. Alright. See, I never know exactly what I can or can't move. Because sometimes it seems like I can hit it and it'll go up a step and then I can move it around some more. But apparently not. Alright. Time for a second one. And I'm just gonna, on this side, just go BAM. Bam. Alright, I'm just making a mess. Usually can't hit over pieces that are already fixed, but it can be very... Yeah, like, that one I was able to move, I didn't think I should be able to, and then I did. And then I tried doing what I thought was reproducing the same thing, and it wouldn't let me do it. Like here, let me see. Can I push these back up again? Boom. Yes, I can. I don't know why I can. Seems like in other instances, they would not let me do it. But there they did. So usually if something is down at the bottom layer, you can't hit it and it goes back up again. But if it's not on the bottom layer, it can go up and down and everywhere else. Alright, now I think we're just cutting the rest of this out. You miss Brad's fun-sized fort. Is that from Dragon Quest 11? Yay! Okay. And then the other thing that I was going to make was the like a scythe thing. Scythe. All right. I might actually have enough materials for this one without having to throw a second ingot down. I'm an excellent blacksmith. I blacksmith slow on Sundays. Alright. Cut out all the extra shite. Yay! Okay. Put some sticks down. Now we've got the tin bronze scythe. And... oh, that's wrong. I need this. No? Oh, they're just shears. Already fully formed shears. Okay. Can I drop them in the, can I drop them in here to cool off a little bit? Hey! And now they're not too hot for me to hold. Oh yeah, I was gonna make racks too. Let me see. Am I gonna have to look it up? I know I'm staring at it right. Tool rack. There we go. Pretty basic. Wait, where is my... here it is. Here we go. Here, and I'm gonna, I think I've got a couple of hammer molds. Do I need anything else? Yeah, I'll make a couple more pickaxes. Why the F not? No, not prospecting picks. Where's my pickaxe molds? Wait, was this it? Oh, I have 4 of those. Just in case I need to mass produce them. Let's see, we're gonna go... and we'll come over here. 5 should do the trick. No, there we go. Cook that up, make us some bronze. Why would Brad need to throw his computer through the window tonight? How long does it take for this to become glass? Did I do this right? I gotta look. Quartz. Smelting temperature 1350. Did I need something other than coal in there? Burn temperature 1300. But isn't the whole thing of... Alright, Brad, you know, I thought the whole point of this is you put charcoal in, it would burn at a higher temperature because it's contained. Am I mistaken in that? Like, is charcoal not going above 1300 and therefore quartz needs to get to 1350 to cook, to melt. There's a lot of peat around. Does peat burn higher? Everything. Peat. Burn temperature 900. No, it doesn't. Yeah. Oh, because I have tool racks now. Alright, yeah, that's true. I do. That is pretty handy. That I just pick up the thing. Got any more hammers in here to hang up? No. Burn poo. Charcoal should work in a bloomery? Okay. Maybe it's just gonna take time. I'm just... Maybe this is this like a... Like burning clay where it just takes like a day, 2 days or whatever? I keep thinking I should look over after 5 minutes and it should be melted the same way like this melts in a few minutes. This just about done. I should probably think about going to sleep after this. I just realized I'm like really tired. And it's almost midnight, which would explain why I'm really tired. Plus, as usual, like I've just been I've been sleeping like absolute crap for the better part of 2 months now. I'm chronically undersleeping, which is probably gonna nip me in the ass if I'm not careful. That's the sort of thing that a 51-year-old man with overweight with high blood pressure shouldn't be fucking around with. All right. So I'm gonna keep this for sticks. I'm gonna put this up because I don't anticipate a whole lot of demon fighting. Use Jameson to sleep? That doesn't work so good for me. Maybe that works for Brad. Oh yeah, I have those wood fences. 6 or anymore. Okay, now I need to stop. I need to stop. I'm so sleepy, y'all. Save and leave the world. And there we are. I'm a wood because I gotta go to sleep so I can get my nightly 4 hours and 45 minutes of sleep. It always takes me a long time to wind down after a stream. And then I've been trying, like my sleep habits are just screwed right now. Like I've been trying to go to sleep earlier, like by around 10:30 or 11, which is historically been a very good time for me to go to sleep, and then I would wake up around 7, and that's fine. But it's like I've been in the habit of sleeping for 4.5 hours so much that whenever I go to sleep, whatever time it is, if I go to sleep at 10:30, I wake up at 3. My body's like, "What? Been 4.5 hours? Wake up!" And then it feels like I never really get back to sleep. Like I'll lay there and sort of drift in and out, but it kind of sucks. I think I've just got like with stress and everything else that's been going on the last few months, I've trained my body into a very bad biorhythm. So I don't know, who knows? Maybe I am. Is that what happens? I don't know if Ambien. Maybe I should try. We use melatonin, which works. It helps me fall asleep. But then when I wake up a few hours later, you shouldn't take more at that point though. Because often, like, I don't even need to take anything to fall asleep. Like to go to sleep around 11. I'll just lay down and go to sleep. It's when I wake up at 2:33 in the morning and I think even last night, that happened last night. I was asleep by 11. I woke up at like 3:30 or 4, and I was finding that I wasn't able to go back to sleep. So I took some melatonin, and I just never really went fully back to sleep. I know I was dozing because I lost track of time here and there, but I don't know. My brain just is going. My brain is like always trying to figure out what I'm doing at work. Actually, part of it too is I'll be thinking about what I'm gonna do in this vintage story in this game. I found myself like being half awake thinking about that shit too, the same way that I would about a job. That could be it too, Maxis. I could have been over reliant on melatonin. So, because I mean, the thing is, your body creates melatonin naturally, and it's when you get sleepy, it's because your body is producing melatonin. That's what causes you to feel sleepy. But taking external melatonin is just a way for you to sort of force your body to do that. Like if maybe you're not feeling sleepy and you want to feel sleepy, you can sort of artificially cause yourself to feel sleepy. But yeah, I think I've seen where it's possible that if you're not relying on your body to produce the melatonin to sleep, then it can kind of jack up your body's own like melatonin factory thing. All right, you guys. Well, this is definitely not a night for, I'm sorry, no EASA, and not a night for long post-game chats. I'm really sleepy. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna dim the lights. Thank y'all for being here. You all need to relax. I'm trying to remember all the stuff I did. Evie, you gotta settle down. Right? That's what I say, right? When I was like, I'm about to end the stream. Evie, settle down, for God's sake. Alright, I think I did a good job. Go to sleep and good night. Your eyes are getting so heavy. Go to sleep now, Jeff Harbaugh, EV23P, Rich J. Maxey. Go to sleep. Baby John, he's gone, John's gone. Matus, I'll be waiting for you in your dreams. Do I remember everybody? I said EV23. I think I said everyone. I'm gonna go now. Go to sleep.